Okay, first we'll write the guide, so that's 0, 1/2, rad 2 over 2, rad 3 over 2, and then 1. Next we're going to actually draw the circle, and then we're going to do the quadrantal angles here. And then first I'm going to work on the degrees, so that's 0, 90, 180, and then 270. Next I want to slice it 3 hash marks extra per quadrant. And then I'm going to do the 45-degree angles here. So that's 45. Here you're going to add 45 to 90, so that's 135. I'm going to add 45 to 180, that's 225. I'm going to add 45 to 270, and that's 315. Next, I'm going to count up from 30. So that's 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Add 30 to 180, I have 210. Add 30 to that, I have 240. Add 30 to 270, I have 300. Add 30 to that, I have 330. Now I've done all the degrees, that's awesome. Next, we're going to count up from 0. So I'm going to do the y's first, so that's 0, and that's 1/2, and this will be rad 2 over 2. This will be rad 3 over 2. This will be 1. I'm going to count down from 1 now using the guide. This will be rad 3 over 2. This will be rad 2 over 2, and then this will be 1 over 2. Counting down still, I have 0. Then I count up from 0. That's going to be 1/2 rad 2 over 2, and then rad 3 over 2, and then 1. Then I'm going to count down from 1. That's going to be rad 3 over 2, rad 2 over 2, and then 1/2. That's for the y values. Next, I'm going to work on the x values. We're going to be counting down from 1, so it's 1, and then rad 3 over 2. Counting down, that's rad 2 over 2, and then counting down, that's 1/2, and then 0. One thing I want to point out here is that 1 always goes with 0, rad 3 over 2 is always paired with 1/2, and rad 2 over 2 is always paired with rad 2 over 2. So, just keeping that in mind, rad 3 over 2 is always paired with 1/2, rad 2 over 2 is paired with itself, and then 1 over 2 is always paired with rad 3 over 2. And then 0, what is that paired with? That's paired with 1. 1/2 is always paired with rad 3 over 2, rad 2 over 2 is always paired with rad 2 over 2. Sorry about that little mistake there. Then rad 3 over 2 is always paired with 1/2. 0 and 1 are a pair. Then we go on. What's paired with rad 3 over 2? That's 1/2. Rad 2 over 2 is always paired with itself. And then rad 3 over 2 is always paired with 1/2. Next, we have to do the parentheses and the signs. First quadrant, everything's positive. And then, once we go to the second quadrant, we have to be mindful of this. The x values will be negative because we're dealing with a quadrant left of the origin. So it's going to be negative 1/2 comma rad 3 over 2. This will be negative rad 2 over 2, rad 2 over 2, negative here, and then positive here for the y value, then negative 1 comma 0. And then here in the third quadrant, everything's negative. That makes actually it's much easier because we have to put a negative sign in front of everything. Then 0 comma negative 1 because we're 1 below the origin. And then here, moving this way, we have to keep in mind that the y values are going to be negative, the x values are positive. So just negative there, and then negative from the rad 2 over 2, and then negative there, and voila, we are done.